We'll let everybody get up in here, get up in here, get up in there, get up in here. The morning run, special edition. Let's get it. Uncle Neely, Dukes the Scoop,
What it do?
Big Dog Chico. Y'all know what it is. The pregame network. We up in this thing live and direct. Once again, hey, we're not fooling you. This is the morning run, but it is a late night jog, as we supposed to be saying. Special edition. Jimmy Butler has been traded. NBA news, Colorado Buff news. We're gonna get right into it with the best insights that you can find on YouTube right now. Philip Dukes, Uncle Neely, what's happening? Talk to me.
Dog, you know how sometimes you get that morning workout and them endorphins get you through the day, and you get home that evening and you just sitting there chilling, looking around, like, damn, man, I think I can get me another one in real quick.
Yeah.
The weather right, it ain't cold outside. You're like, man, let me give me one more. So now you got the morning run in the evening.
Easy. Might as well go for a little jog. It's cool outside.
Where you're coming from. Let us know where you're coming from when you walk up in here. Big Dog, I'll tell you what I like about this evening run.
Mm-hmm.
The Scoop is feeling better. He back with us.
Scoop.
Yeah, man. Hey, I came in the first time today. I mean, I don't sound great now, but early I was like, hey, buddy, I ain't going to make it. And y'all held it down, man. Everybody was, I was getting all types of Aunt Tiny called me and said, ooh, they were cutting up today.
Yeah, man. Your boy over there with that all black hair, that black t-shirt, and black glasses.
That all black hair.
He took me down through there, man. I had some use of words I typically don't use on there.
No.
He brought it out to me, man.
You ain't pull a Booker T, did you?
Oh man, I pulled a Philip Dukes. Hey, but man, glad you feeling better. I'm gonna let people look behind the curtain a second. When we got ready to do the morning run, the three of us were here, and we got to talking before we went live, and Deuce just couldn't do it. We said, Deuce, man, take the night, baby. Take the night. Then he hit us about an hour ago and said, man, I'm feeling much better. Let's do this thing. So here we are with a special edition. Let me put my Goonsville hat on since we're going to goon this thing out tonight.
Oh, no. Y'all see it on the microphone right there. We Goonsvilling up in this thing. Easy. That's out my dog, Petros.
Phyllis Porter checking in from Memphis 10, the Dirty Dime. Memphis 10 a key.
Mm-hmm. Memphis 10 up in here. Y'all better than Shannon and Ocho. Day cap from NO. That ish was dry, and I was cracking up watching here. Oh, now we appreciate that. Air Teeth in the building, checking in. We don't have I don't have the sound man checking in right now. He on vacation until the next time, I guess. You know, but we appreciate that, Air Teeth. Ocho. What up, Unc? Michael said.
What up, Lockhart?
Larry Leonard. But man, y'all know we got some news, man. We got to go ahead and get right into it. We ain't gonna play no games, man. Jimmy Butler has been traded. Of course, we had big news already that we've been talking about with Luka going to the Lakers, AD going to the Mavs. Now we got I almost said Jimmy Horn Jr. Jimmy Butler going to the Warriors to join Steph Curry and Draymond Green. What are your thoughts? Dukes, chime in first.
Man, first of all, I think the biggest piece going back, leaving Golden State is Wiggs, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
And man, I'm just ready to see what happens the one time that Jimmy Butler does something that Draymond Green don't like, and I want to see what happens there. We know this ain't got nothing to do with basketball. This got everything with me wanting to be entertained. I always been wanting somebody that had same type of attitude as Draymond on that team and see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Like after the Jordan Poole situation, I just ain't like that. I mean, I know Poole, you know, it probably wrecking nerves or whatever, but I was like, man, Draymond, he had to do that. Then he just went on a whole spree of just going off on folks the whole year. I mean, he choked out Buddy from he choked out Buddy. What's my Gobert?
Gobert and Nurkic. Did he fight Nurkic too?
Yeah, was it Nurkic? Nurkic came and said, "Man, that brother needs help." Hey, man, from that point, I said he felt that. So I'm really interested to see the dynamic of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green. Now let's get back on the court. He provides something that you haven't seen in Golden State in a long time. Was a two-way player on the perimeter. So for everything that Steph Curry, he allows Steph Curry to just play the passing lanes and not as much on-ball defense, which when you look at his armor is probably the biggest chink of anything. Not to say he was one guy who improved his defense to a level where he was serviceable. But to have you got me with it too. To have Jimmy Butler up there on the perimeter with him, it only helps them to fit defensively. When you look at what they could do on the second line as far as what they do in the paint, you got some rim runners. So I think he was the perfect guy. And nobody had a mid-range game. So if you weren't scoring from out deep, you didn't have anybody who can manufacture a bucket in crunch time. It was either 3 points or nothing. And I think by being able to have somebody to play that mid game, it makes them a dangerous team. And I think they comfortably get to the playoffs. I'm gonna predict Golden State as a 5 seed.
Oh, right now they're at a 10 seed. Okay. So they'll move all the way up to 5. Look like the Lakers could be, I guess you'll be predicting the Lakers to be dropping out of that 5th spot and moving down. Maybe they'll be switching spots based off of the moves they've made at the trade deadline. What you think?
Wow, I was kind of a little shocked at that last statement from Dukes. Moving up from 10 to 5, that's a big swing. I'm still pondering that, reflecting on him having just said it. So let me go back to your original question. I think this trade is a trade where there were no losers. I think Golden State gets better, and I think Miami gets better. It's easy for Miami to get better because they just had to get rid of the quote unquote cancer. They had to get rid of the distraction. And in getting rid of the distraction, what they are bringing in and what some of the other teams, like even Utah, is getting with Schroeder there, I think everybody got better. Did they get better enough that they're going to make noise and deep playoff runs? And again, I'm talking about this Golden State Heat trade. I don't think so. I mean, I hear you. I hear you, Dukes, with 10 to 5. I could see them going from 10 to 7, 10 to 8, getting in that play in. But I don't know the kind of impact that regular season Jimmy is going to get adjusted to running with them versus playoff Jimmy. But I am in agreement with you that I can't wait to see the first time him and Draymond have some kind of interaction during a timeout or a practice. Because in my opinion, Draymond is a bully. He only do it to people he can do it to. And Jimmy Butler ain't the one.
Yeah.
He ain't Jim. You look in the mirror, you look at Jimmy Butler. So try it if you want to with Jimmy Bucket. And both of y'all gonna be choking each other. And I'm gonna put my money on Jimmy. To the degree, Draymond probably gonna go pick him up from the airport. Like Draymond finna roll out the welcome, but he don't want that. He don't want that at all. And then
I don't want none of those problems.
Steph don't want it either. So he already done talked to him about, like, hey, look here, dog. Like, when he get here, don't be trying that mess you pull up with all the other new players. But I do think all's well that is well. This is probably something that should have happened 10 days ago. I don't think it should have taken all the way to the deadline to get it done because what was happening within the Heat organization and the tarnishing from a public perception that it was doing on Jimmy Bucket's name. Chico, I think you or Dukes asked me once, do I think it was damaging, or maybe somebody in the chat, damaging his reputation? And I said, I don't think so, because I think players around the league know what he's capable of, GMs around the league, and what was happening in Miami was so isolated that it wasn't going to impact him. I do think going forward, though, it's going to impact people wanting to play for Miami, because this Pat Riley way of my way or the highway, this Heat culture that is determined by him and his measuring stick, in this age of empowerment of the players, for the agreements that people fought for, man, people ain't putting up with that, man. Like, ain't nobody playing for Bobby Knight no more, bro. Like, that's over.
That is over, Ocho. That's way back when my grandmother told me, Ocho, all this other stuff. My grandfather told me, Dukes. I'll say this, man, for real though. The Miami Heat, as opposed to the Golden State Warriors. We already talked about who won with the Luka trade. Who wins with this Miami Heat and Golden State Warriors trade?
Yeah, Golden State. I'm telling you, like, I know it sounds crazy, but now Jimmy Butler's gonna add a dynamic to that team that they haven't had. I mean, they haven't had this dynamic probably. The last dude they had like this, excuse me, on that team was probably Steven Jackson. Like a guy who can get a bucket, score on all three levels, and don't really care. Like, you're not finna bully him, you ain't finna punk him. I mean, Draymond Green can't score like that. But we talking about a guy who has a you ain't finna punk me attitude with the ball in their hand. Steph Curry shoots the ball so far, it ain't nothing you can do with him. Klay Thompson still shot the ball far away. Yeah, we talking about a guy who's gonna get you, a guy who will still post you up today. Come here, little dude.
Mm-hmm.
Come get these. Okay, for sure. Pause. So when you think about Golden State, where they are, like even though they're 10th, they in a three-way tie for 10th, which is also 8th. So really, for them to go to, they only 4.5 games out of 5th place. So when you hear 10th automatically by the ear, you think, oh man, they're gonna make up 5 spots. Yeah, they gotta make up number 3. And when you look at who's in front of them, they like so 8, 9, and 10, all 1 game above 500. The 5th seed is what, 9 games over 500. So that means that 4 losses in the win column, or in the loss, 4 losses in the loss column. Shoot, they right in the thin of it. So, and I just seen my Hawks, they proved it. They just went on, they just lost 9 of their last 10. So, of course, I know it can happen. Let me see. Yeah, there you go.
Lakers 29 and 19. That's the Lakers spot at number 5. Warriors at 10, 25, and 24. They could definitely make that up, like you were saying.
Chico, I want an inside joke. I want an inside joke that's gonna be an outside joke. I want the extraordinary producer that you are. I want you to have a little running clock down there in the corner and see how long it takes Dukes per show to mention something about Atlanta Hawks or Atlanta Falcons. He gonna find a damn way, no matter what we talking about.
That's how you do it.
He gonna work with the conversation.
Hey man,
Falcons, baby. When they in you, it's in you, not on you, right, Dukes?
Man, no, you gotta understand. I love that you love it. Like it sounds like I'm messing with you, but I love that you love it because you gonna ride with them. Like you gonna find a way to make it a Hawks or a Falcons reference, even while dissing them.
Yeah. I'm saying they lost 9 out of 10. But hey, at least we talking about them here. Yeah. Hey, somebody said Jimmy Butler remind me of Sprewell.
Shout out to Trell Sprewell out of Alabama.
See, I got a slightly different take on it. You're right. He got that Sprewell and Steven Jack swag that Golden State used to have, but he has that reliability and not getting in your way of the offense like Iguodala had. Like he gonna find his spot. Like you don't have to go out your way and get Iggy his shots. He gonna get his shots and play defense. He ain't got Iggy didn't have the rough edge that say Jack had, but you didn't have to worry about creating offense for him. Same thing with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler would get an offensive rebound and immediately put up a mid-range jumper and get his points like that. You ain't got to draw plays for him to get 15 to 20 a game. He can just naturally get it.
Man, it's a player, and Dallas fans may remember. Marquise Daniels, he played with Boston too. He went to Auburn.
Yeah, out of Auburn.
All right, so we was in school. Keezy went undrafted. Nobody thought Keezy was going to do what he did. He went out there, got his opportunity, and then went and got a $40 million contract as a rookie. All right, did. One of my best partners was Jameson Brewer, who played with the Pacers, East Point, Atlanta, Tri-Cities High School. And we used to talk about Keezy game. He would say, man, Keezy game trashy as you know what? Trashy AF. And I was like, what you mean he trash? He's like, no, I ain't saying it's trash, it's trashy. Like he gonna go do whatever anybody else don't want to do. He's gonna go set the screen. He gonna play the passing lane. He's gonna pop out after a good screen. He gonna stay where he's supposed to be and pick and roll. He gonna do everything right that's not glamorous in order to make sure that he gets his bucket. He's gonna offensive rebound, and that's Jimmy Butler's game. Jimmy Butler's game is trashy. It's like it's whatever. Oh, you don't want to come down here with me? It's like, and then he'll still post you up in 2025 at a guard. How often do we see guards who say, "Hey, bro, too small, get up"? We don't see that in 25. So I think about adding that dynamic to Golden State to get them an enforcer, a respected enforcer, How about that? Like a lot of people, like they be tired of Draymond. Like, bro, go ahead on. Like, man, I don't even. With Jimmy Butler, it's like, all right, bro. Like, you know, it's like when you look at the two interactions between Anthony Edwards and Draymond Green and Anthony Edwards and Jimmy Butler, there were two. The respect level was different on one. One was just like, bro, you trying to fight for no reason. The other one was like, all right, bro, I ain't no hoe, but you know, we're gonna do this together. Okay, respect. I think those guys go a lot further in the locker room than the bully type guy. And so I think so that's just another reason on top of other reasons why I feel like Jimmy Butler was the perfect guy for Golden State at the time.
And not just in the locker room, but in the opponent's locker room as well. You know, some of the mess that Draymond starts actually hurts Golden State.
Yeah.
When Jimmy's involved in something, it helps the team he's doing it with because the opponent even respects it. They know it's coming, you know, from a place of like standing on business versus having some kind of pretend psychological issue. Let me tell you this story, Big Dog Chico. When I'm in downtown Jackson, I'm sitting out there by the park, chilling, watching the sunset. You know how it is in urban environments, homeless population. They like to play a little crazy. Here come a dude coming down the street. He at the other corner. Oh, he just a cussing out somebody you can't see. He just yelling all the way down the block. I set that thing next to me. When he got to me, how you doing tonight? And he got about 50 feet past me. He went back to cussing out somebody you can't see. Man, these folks ain't crazy, man.
Right.
Draymond ain't crazy.
Hey,
Draymond do it to who he know he can do it to, and he ain't gonna do that to Jimmy Butler.
Right.
He gonna be quiet.
Yeah. Uncle, I got a story like that, like you just said. People are not crazy when they try to act crazy. I was in Long Beach, California. Ended up getting on the bus. My first time getting on public transportation out in California. I have this on video somewhere on one of my YouTube channels, but it was a guy on there. He was talking crazy from the time I got on there to the time we got halfway to the third or fourth stop. Finally, somebody in the back said, "Hey, bro," a younger dude. Hey, man. He said, "Hey, man, sit your ass down." And he looked back. He sat his ass down. He didn't say nothing else. Hey, right? Soon as he got off the bus and started walking, he was back making those noises and crazy again, man. So I was like, wow. Okay. Oh, he understands what the hell it means to sit your ass down, homie.
I want to give a safety disclaimer for both of these things. That if you ever see a guy, no matter where you are, doing some of the things that Unc and Chico are talking about, and they're wearing a hoodie in the summertime, and it sounds like they're rapping drill music, take them for what it's worth. That means that they are the species called a YN.
Leave them alone.
And they have these things on them called switches. So you want to make sure that you like over 25, yeah, for sure. If they look 25 or under, that's one of those wild YNs, and they're in every city. You got to leave those alone. Do not feed
absolutely. But I do want to point out this as correct as you are, Dukes. As correct as you are, I want to point out for the record, in my story and in Chico's story, neither one of us said a word.
Right.
I didn't say nothing to that man. I just let him see. I just let him see who was with me.
Yeah.
That's all I did. I just put it where it could be seen.
That's it.
On the bus, Chico didn't say nothing to that man. Somebody else said something.
I was on guard the whole time, but I wasn't gonna say nothing. I'm out of my element. I'm in Compton, Long Beach, California. I'm chilling. I'm trying to be unseen about this thing. You feel me?
Man,
I got on my neutral colors. Leave me alone.
Neutral colors. Hey, look, I'm gonna ask y'all something, man. So you know I love hats. Hey man, I had no idea. It ain't just red and blue no more out there. It's the hat you wear. Like,
yes, every team means something.
Yeah, man. I've been banged on, so I try not to. Like, man, I got banged on.
Whoa.
No balls. I mean, no Diddy. And big balls in Las Vegas. Yeah, man.
They banged on you in Las Vegas?
Yes, man. Traumatic, bro. I mean,
what happened?
Man, listen, I'm going out. It's 2006. I just graduated school. I'm interning at a sports agency. We recruiting a kid out of UNLV. We going to a Floyd Mayweather fight early on. Everybody out there. Cool. Going to the barbershop, get a haircut. I got on my old school braids hat, and I got on a royal blue polo, and I had on some white and royal blue Jordans. And, man, I promise you, a dude in red, when I went to the mall to get a haircut, asked me, what all that blue be about? with all that blue be bout. And I'm
matching.
Bro, I'm like, what? Man, never. And was looking at me like, say the wrong thing. Like, I'm like, bro, like, you know what? You remember 50 Cent said, what did he say F me for? That's how I felt. Just like then, like, bro, I'm out here trying to get a haircut. And from that point, I was like, look, I'm from Atlanta. Woo. I was with my older business partner at the time, my mentor, Nicky Bonneman, God bless his soul. And shoot, man, I skedaddled up at man, look, when you talk about moving with pace, I walked out that mall so fast. Boy, let me tell you something. I was at that fight with just looking just like no haircut, no nothing. And I'm gonna say this. I thought about that for a long time. Like, did I get punked or did I do the right thing? You know what? It might have been both, but I'm here to tell the story.
I'm gonna say the fact that you here, you did the right thing. I'm sorry that you got banged on in Vegas.
It's because of blood. Because of blood. Like, man, I'm in Vegas. I'm craps or no craps.
Then he doubled down on it and said, man, I got big banged on.
Yeah. Hey, look, I couldn't even think of no Diddy at the time, but I went back to the moment.
My dog, like what year was this?
2006.
Okay, so see, it's early. I got a story kind of like that too. I'm in Birmingham, Alabama, of all places, right? So I'm up there. I had on and well, long story short, I was with my girlfriend who had just got up there. I'm like, I'm gonna take her to the mall. You know, we're gonna go to the mall, or whatever. So I don't know. I'm in the most ghettoest mall probably in Alabama, not just in Birmingham, in Alabama.
Damn.
Right? I didn't notice till later. That's a long list.
Every mall in
Alabama. Said that's a long list. Well, this is the one. This is the one. Right? I think it's closed down now. Anybody in Alabama know what I'm talking about? I think it was called Western Hills Mall. Man, I had on some blue chucks. I swear I looked like I was straight off a Snoop Dogg video. So I just threw on some blue chucks, some khaki pants, and a blue shirt. Walking in there with a unassuming little young girl walk up in this thing, man. I turned the corner. All I saw was a sea of red. Everything red. I said, oh, but I couldn't turn around immediately. You feel me? Because they're going to see me immediately turn around. So I made a left right into Foot Locker. She get to looking at the shoes. I say, listen, we're not finna look at no shoes. About to get up out of here right now. She said, we just got here. I said, listen, I'm not going to say it again. We get up out of here right now. You can follow me or you can stay up in this bitch. Pew! Walking up out of there. Hit a little dip. As soon as I hit the corner, pew! Let me get to the car. She was right behind me, though. I said, you smart.
Yeah, man. Like, ain't nobody got time.
Anybody got to tell you about 30 dudes up in there? Cause I don't know where I'm at for real. I'm out of bounds.
Okay, Superman.
You feel me? Yeah, you could be Superman.
The chat say it definitely was Western Hills Mall. That's where you was.
There you go. Thank you. Now,
I just got one question.
Tell me if you want to be tough out there. Tell me if you want to be tough in Western Hills.
I got one question. When you got to the parking lot and saw Pastor Troy, were you able to hop in with him or?
Man, chill out, man.
Hey, homie. hey, where can I find some blunts at? I said, shit, Pastor, I'm trying to get up out of here too, dog. It's right down the street. Let me jump in. Let me jump in and go with you. No, I'm good. Oh man. Oh yeah, you see Uncle Neely keep bringing that up though.
Yeah, man.
No, that was a hilarious story, man. Like that was hilarious. That was up there with Mike T. Sharp barbershop when he walked around the corner and bumped into Martin Luther King. It's like this dude said, I step out the club, Pastor Troy, I asked him for a ride. I'm like, how?
No, it was just like that. You take it out of context.
Some parts in the story.
Oh man!
I stepped out of that thing. Pastor almost hit me like a movie. I said, "Oh!" Just like you said, walked around the corner. He punched me in the chest. I said, "Hey, that's Dr. King." He almost hit me in the car. I said, "Hey, that's Pastor Jordan."
let me ride with you.
Hey, I ain't gonna say that, man.
Nah. Man, we got a bunch of stories. We got a bunch of stories that we can continue to talk about. I know y'all come for the sports, but you stay for the stories. We also I got a graphic up here to share with you guys.
Dog, while you getting your graphic, Dukes, the other night this joker got to imitate Magic Johnson, man. It's just like I'm like, come on, dog. Like you ain't got to imitate that man like that. And it just when he said Thoris instead of stories, that's what made me think about it. He was putting TH in front of everything. Man, leave Magic alone, man.
Yeah, let him alone, dog.
You know him and Shay Shay cousins. Y'all what cousins? Cousins, Shay Shay cousins. I said cousins. He maybe went up on you out there now. Anyways, CU social media posted this so that everybody can get to know your new buffs. And you can follow them on social media.
Yeah, just the offense.
Just the offense. Yes, to clarify that. Just the offense, where you can see your Colorado Buffaloes. Let me know in the chat right now who your favorite buffs are, who you're most excited to see this year. And I will ask Dukes off this page right here, who are you most excited to see? Who can make the biggest impact?
Man, I don't know. Like it would be easy to go quarterback, so I'm gonna go receiver, and I think Joseph Williams.
Joseph Williams.
Yeah, man.
Why would you say the kid out of Tulsa? Why would you say that?
Just because he provides a lot of so he's someone who can step into a spot that we've already seen. Basically, we saw what Will Shepherd provided as the 50-50 ball type guy. And I think that's what he does. Like he's a bigger body receiver, 6'2", and his catch radius is crazy. So I think somebody who can come in, who's already played some meaningful snaps, had a great year last year at Tulsa. I think he comes in and he provides that bigger body target as a wide receiver with some experience already. So I'm gonna go Joseph Williams.
Already. Who would you go with?
Man, I gotta admit, I'm being low key messy when I say this, just for the laugh of it all. I'm looking forward to Farrakhan having a great year because I want to see the typical CU fans in Farrakhan shirts. I think that'd just be hilarious. I think that'd be. I think you look up and see the student section out there in bow ties and selling big pies, and Farrakhan shirts will be just absolutely hilarious because in all seriousness, the young brother out of Houston got much game and can play. But put that graphic back up for me one more time, Chico. I want to point something out to folks.
Yeah. So
when you look at this total group and look at the number of offensive linemen, look at the number of wide receivers, look at the 3 tight ends coming and 2 quarterbacks. If you think that this team has not rebuilt and reloaded to get better as a team, and I've said it all off season long, I said it since the bowl game, that this next year's team is going to be a better team. We're losing some great once-in-a-generation players, but you're getting better in your depth. And you look at this O-line, look at this wide receiver room that's joining an O Miller and a Cam. This wide receiver room is going to, again, be one of the most talented in the nation, regardless of which one of those 2 quarterbacks are throwing to them.
And which one of those 2 quarterbacks do you think will be throwing to him on day one? I know we haven't seen anyone pass, throw a ball in practice or anything of that nature, but just off of football knowledge, and like you said, Uncle Neely, the greatest,
No, the best indicator of future performance is past performance.
The best indicator of future performance is past performance. Hit me up with the pum. There you go, Uncle Neely. Tell us, based off of that, who do you think will be making the first pass this season?
If you're saying that and you're basing off college, then you're talking about Salter because he's actually played college ball. If you're saying and you're talking about dynamic play and the ability that can get it done, look at what Juju did in high school. I know me saying those 2 things ain't answering the question, and I can't answer the question. We haven't gone through spring ball yet. But once we get started, it is hard as hell to play college football, man. Like, it is hard as hell to win games. And so I'm going to say Salter has the needle slightly pointing toward him just because of the collegiate experience. But when you get into the spring reps and the player-led practices and the installs, I think that's when you're going to see the maturity and what Juju brings to the table begin to rise like cream to the top.
Absolutely. What are you thinking on there, Dukes?
Cosign. Zach, for all the same reasons. Just to be honest, like every time I seen Juju in a situation where it looks like he was supposed to underperform or he wasn't ready yet, he was always ready. I just think I haven't seen anything different. The only thing is this: when you got an option who's as seasoned as Caden Salter is, you got to consider it. You got to think about the game experience. You got to think about the level, the complexity of the cost. You got to think about someone who has played Power 4 competition, not just who he played against the group of 5 at Liberty. You know, Liberty was known for upsetting people. He has some pretty big upsets under his belt already. So when you talk about someone going in a rival environment, what he was able to do, those teams that he beat while he was at Liberty on the road in the SEC, I think that's something that Julian just can't manufacture through his potential. And so I think that's why I would agree with Uncle Neely. But man, if you count Julian Lewis out, man, I got some beachfront property in College Park to sell you.
I don't think there are any beaches in College Park there, Dukes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'll say I think that
Julian
Lewis, I think he's in a great situation to be behind or coming in with a seasoned veteran like this, a guy who played college football. He's not in a situation where the coaching staff would expect him or trying to force him into being a starter. You have this guy who is coming in mature. You know he's coming in with the mindset of I'm going to be the starter. So I think it's his job to lose, so to speak. And as long as he come in,
all things being equal and taking your emotional bias out of it, and I'm not talking about the 3 panelists, I'm talking about anybody listening. You would want it to be Salter, a guy who's got 1 year and could go to the NFL off what he does here, and then you got the next 3, with it being Juju, and then he does the same thing. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. Like, you don't have to rush development. We have to appreciate not only how talented Juju is, we have to appreciate how early he came to college. Like the dude, got here because he finished high school a year early. He was doing all that stuff, underage as far as his class.
His dad said 2.5 years, not just early, 2.5 years.
So let him grow. Like, let his body grow, let his knowledge of the game grow, let his experience facing the collegiate defense grow. And then when he is ready, he's going to still be light years ahead of the competition like he was in high school. And I think if you just try to force him in because he's that dude and we're going to force him because he signed with us and no matter what, ain't no competition, we just going to let him do it. I think you're actually setting him up to go through too many growing pains that way. So I'm looking forward to this quote-unquote quarterback battle. I think Juju has what it takes, to emerge out of fall camp with it. But if you just ask me with a quarterback eye and evaluation of what somebody has done at the collegiate level, I think Salters has to be in the driver's seat right now.
Most definitely. I'll say I'm excited to see these big offensive linemen, like y'all pointed out earlier, offensive linemen and wide receivers. We got some interior linemen to replace a lot of the guys who left. I like Chauncey Gooden. A lot of people were talking about him. I think he is a monster on the inside, that could play the guard or the center position. That's where I think we need the most help at, the most consistent play at is at that guard and center position. Not excluding the tackle, but definitely that guard and center, because that pressure right in the quarterback's face is probably the most disruptive thing in the passing game, getting pressure right up in his face. So I think improvement there will be big for Colorado, especially in the pass game, and it translates in the run game also.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed. The morning run on this late night jog. Let us know what you're thinking, where you're checking in from. We need to get that chat going. Wake up. I know you probably led.
Where you checking in at? Where the chat from? We normally start off with that.
We normally start off with it, definitely. From the East Coast to the far West Coast. Everybody check in one time. Let us know what city and state you're checking in from. We just had big news, NBA news with Jimmy Butler in that trade. Also, the Lakers receiving point guard Luka Doncic, Maxi Kleber, and Markieff Morris from the Mavericks, who receiving Anthony Davis, Maxi Christie, and the 2029 first-round draft pick from L.A. And Utah was involved in that trade also. They got Jalen Hood, Shafino, and a couple of second-round draft picks. So continued reaction to the blockbuster Lakers-Mavericks trade with Dukes the Scoop and Uncle Neely. I guess we can go over it one more time, guys. What y'all think?
Hey, real quick. What y'all think about this LSU the injured player from LSU who went on Good Morning America saying that he was never contacted by Brian Kelly. And now Brian Kelly said he can't comment on it because of pending litigation, but it's factually incorrect to say the things that were said, and somebody was by his side during the whole ordeal. How y'all feel about that situation?
When I listened to Kelly's response is almost an admission that the player is telling the truth, because he said somebody was by his side. What the player's family said is, we never heard from the head coach. The head coach was never by his side. And so when the head coach responds like, oh, that's not correct, somebody was there. Well, they didn't accuse nobody being there. They said they never heard from you. And I think there is a human relationship that has to take place between head coaches and players, no matter what position group they're in. And when something like this happens, you have to remember that these players are not just pieces of meat. They're not just cattle. They're human beings. You got to go check on them. I mean, like Jackson State, man, we have a guy get injured, go through surgery. You have 4 or 5 coaches stopping by, not just his position coach, but, other people on the same side of the ball and the opposite side of the ball stopping by just to make sure he's okay. Players need that. This player is saying he didn't get that out of Kelly. Kelly's response didn't prove to me or show to me that the player or the player's father was lying. It just didn't. He kind of danced around it.
Man, you know what? When you get in situations like that, and when you look at the sincerity in someone's eyes, sometimes they're intent, and I try to stay away from intangibles because I love statistics and what are the facts, and I want to read the case to see what's going on. Well, this is one of the times where you can look at someone's eyes and you can kind of see, like, bro, like them folks hurt, dog. Like, it wasn't about, like, it's like their son will never be the same again, and LSU continues to march on, and not even as much as a genuine care from the head coach. And in a court of public opinion, people can be found guilty, just right or wrong. The court of public opinion pretty much rules when news stories break. And I'm telling you, man, the way Good Morning, I ain't seen Good Morning America put a ton of stuff out that doesn't have some truth to it. It's a heartbreaking story. And for football players and families, we got to remember the human aspect, because this thing called football can be taken away in a heartbeat, and then you're reduced to just life. And if football is your life, and that's the only you want to go to a coach strictly for development, well, this is one of those reasons why that you want a coach who you feel like can be a father figure to you, that actually believes like in the human aspect of recruiting. Because when it comes down to it, you get a coach that's gonna tell you anything, they'll let you slide one time, and then once you get to school, they don't care nothing about you unless you making plays. That's the nature of the beast. So I'm glad that Good Morning America put a face on so many families that haven't had a voice in the past.
Absolutely.
And I'll say this, man. And I don't know. I wasn't in their recruiting meeting, so I don't know what Coach Kelly said to this young man's family when he got recruited. So let me make sure that I say that. So I'm doing just a broad 30,000 foot, this is the way life is. We have to also do a better job, we, 3 black men, because these teams are majority young black men. We have to do a better job of articulating to them just the real. Man, these folks don't care about you, dog. Like, bottom damn line, these folks don't care about you. Like, they care about what you can do for them. And what you have gotten exposed to, or what you have become to see and following Coach Prime, is the absolute abnormal thing. It is not the normal thing. You got a handful of coaches around college football that you can actually call their names, and their players know that that coach actually cares about them, knows them, has fun with them, challenges them, make sure they're good off the field and on the field. That is not the norm in college football. The norm in college football is I only care about what you're doing for me, and the minute you can't do it, I'm on to the next thing. Now, Coach Prime will tell you he is out to recruit you, recruit you, bringing your replacement every year. But that does not stop him from caring about you. That does not stop him from even helping you when you get in the portal, helping you get a job. I mean, we got a young man on special teams. Clearly, he's not going to the NFL. You know, he's a kicker / long snapper, all that stuff. Said he wanted to be a fireman. Coach Brian called up the local fire department. They came up to the Midway. Night going through the academy. Man, I'm telling y'all, that ain't the norm. That ain't the norm in college football. What Chip Kelly, Brian Kelly, whichever Kelly is being accused of, that's the norm. That's the norm. So you better be careful where you go to school, because if you want somebody to really care about you, you want to look at that kind of Coach Prime, the way it's managed there. If you want to just be a big splash and just try your luck and just get it how you feel and how you live, these coaches showing you how to feel about you.
They will walk by you in the hallway as if you were never there.
Because they don't care.
No. I've had coaches who would want to or would invite you to their house for barbecue and steaks and things like that, position coaches here or there. But I've also had coaches who you don't know two things about them. You know? You're like, damn, are you a real person? Are you a human being? Hey, how you doing? Mother walk by you like you ain't even there, dog. But you get on the field.
Right. You got that right, Air T. Air T said in reference to the Kellys, they both treat brothers horribly. And that has been well documented.
Yeah, he said whichever Kelly.
So hey, look, they both the same. Pick one. I mean, like Chico, like I told you before, Chico told you what my daddy told me. He said, son, you can't pick up a turd by the clean end.
All of this
shit. The ends, the middle, you trying to pick it up by the good part. Ain't no good part.
Ain't no good part. Like my cousin told me when he picked up that pork chop when we wasn't supposed to be eating pork, he said, "This is the good part of the pork chop right here. That's the bad part." I said, "What?" He gonna throw away a little bit of piece. It's all pork, dog. Who you fooling?
Oh
man, you want to know? Speaking of, it's all the same. Y'all heard that game Jameis Winston gave Devontae Smith the other day? Told him, they said, "What's your favorite color?" He said, "Pink." He said, "Hey man, stay away from them pink toes, man."
Oh yeah, I heard that.
Stay away.
He said, "Hey, pink toes. Stay away from them pink toes." Pink toes.
I said, Jameis Winston low key crazy, but crazy like a fox at the same time, right?
Yeah.
He caught it so fast. He was like, "Yeah, stay away from the pink toes." You know, my wife got pink toes. Boy, we heard you first time. Like, you know what I mean? Ain't nobody slow. Yeah, but
hey, man, shout out to Cincinnati, Imperial Beach, California, the 303, Denver checking in. Also Dallas, Texas, and the 601, Mississippi. Appreciate y'all when y'all let us know where y'all watching from all over, from the east to the west coast. I smoke on the best smoke.
Look out, literally from the east to the west coast or from the west to the east coast. Ever Beach, Hawaii. Shouts out to Ever Beach on the south side of town. All my hammer hitters. What y'all call them? My hammers out there. Shouts out to all my people out there.
Let me tell you how country I'm is.
California.
That was EWA. I thought you were saying Edward, but you're saying the Alabama style. I thought you were saying Elwood Beach.
It was.
Yeah. Gary, Indiana. Michael Jackson hometown is in the building. Shout out to Harshman High School. You know I knew about Harshman High School. Northwest Arkansas is in the building.
Shout-town.
Yeah, we got a couple of them from Gary, Indiana.
GI already. Donnie C and Air T. Well, we got a little thing going out there in Gary, Indiana now. All right.
That's what Freddie Gibbs from, man.
Shout out to GI.
Oakland, California, the Yay area. Hey, Northwest Arkansas, come on, man. You got to give us a place now. Give us a place. If the name of the town ain't Northwest, I need the place.
Sons of Yeshua. Oh, now?
You in Conway? Where you at? Give me some.
Who's your hustler, Fred? Shouts out to Naptown, Indiana, Aurora, Colorado. They said that's where all the urban people are in. It's really urban in Aurora.
Man, it ain't urban nowhere.
Bentonville, okay, Bentonville, Arkansas. I got you. Yeah.
Bentonville, okay.
Yeah, Walmart.
JB Hunt, Tyson Chicken.
Where my East Coast people at checking in?
Hey man, you can count Reverend BJ Nelson is back in the car in the church parking lot. I think he got a cowboy hat on now. Looks some kind of hat.
Brother, Reverend BJ up in here? I don't think he in here right now.
The hell he ain't. He just said Westside.
See him. Reverend BJ, he just switched it up, got a cowboy hat on in the car. Where I see you, did you going to be fine? You're going to upset the because he don't do what they want him to do. Yes. I think Juju will be fine though, at the end of the day.
Hey, Miss Jobs, I see you from Duval. Shout out to Jayville. What about the new coach for Jacksonville blowing that Duval, man? When he said no Diddy pause. I don't mean that kind of blowing. He's supposed to put it on the. He switched it up like it was horrible, man. I was like, this couldn't start it no worse.
What did he say? Duval.
He like Duval.
Yeah. Instead of Duval, he said Duval.
Yeah.
Who told him? I wonder who told him. Somebody with no soul.
Man, I got something that's been getting swept under the rug. It's been a little mention here. It's been a little mention there, but it ain't been getting the attention that I think it should be getting. Y'all might not want to go down this road with me, but I'm gonna put it out there. Have y'all seen this story about the New Orleans Saints assisting the Catholic Church in the cover-up from the sex abuse scandals?
No.
Yeah, I won't touch that one. No.
Dude,
yeah.
Dude, read the article, Chico. It went from, you got the Saints who have an organization, of course, the communication department, and they were assisting the Catholic Church in messaging and damage control. And then it went well beyond that to getting people's names removed off the list. It is mind-blowing, man, that a NFL team would participate in something that's scandalous and such a cover-up, and that the world ain't talking about it. But just Google New Orleans Saints Catholic Church cover-up. This is a very recent story. It is shocking. It is sad. It is crazy. It's like, man, who can you trust in the world? Nobody.
Can't trust nobody hurt. You got these girls up in here with their clothes on hurt. I don't trust my mama hurt. That's Master P. About it. All right, NFL email.
Y'all make sure y'all get up on that story, man.
Says damage control for clergy sex abuse crisis. Unbelievable. Yeah, y'all read up on that. I'm not going to get into it too much, because YouTube.
We're going to get into it after you read it. You're going to want to talk about it after you read it.
YouTube be tripping on that. Man, so much I can say about that. I grew up going to the Catholic Church. You know what I mean? I grew up Catholic thanks to my grandmother, but I'll say this. The priest that we grew up with was a seemingly open, like if my mic was that low, y'all ain't telling my mic was that low. Sorry. The priest that I grew up with.
Go back to what you was. We can hear you.
Okay, so the priest that I grew up with in the Catholic Church, not to reveal too much, but he was like a known, I don't want to say known, but kind of, he had feminine tendencies like that. You know what I'm saying? No, like serious. Like he had, like you could, and
I should have stayed asleep.
No. Well, all right, y'all brought it up. We ain't gonna go down.
No, the one that got me, man. He the one that got me, Dukes. This is a couple episodes ago. Chico was telling a story about one of his old coaches.
I can tell the story all day now.
Talking about you got a pecker. And I was like, wait. I said, Chico, you might have been a victim, man. Like,
a victim. The coaches wear those little baseball shorts back in the day. and he's talking about he had a pecker a pecker or a Peter, one of them. That's what we call a Peter. You guys are gonna grow up. To point to all the black boys, you guys are gonna grow. Y'all ain't gonna have no damn Peter. Y'all gonna have something bigger than that. But my little thing called us a Peter or a pecker.
Do you hear this, dude?
I'm like, man, we supposed to be at baseball practice now. What you talking about?
He was trying to show y'all
Jimmy
his back.
Butler. Luca.
Omaha.
Whoa.
Did you hear Cameron say that he liked to watch Saucy Santana twerk?
Hey man, look.
Backdoor Chico a victim. That's messed up. Y'all put Chico a victim in the chat. Make a t-shirt or something.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
I'm just saying, man. When Chico told me that baseball story, I was like, Chico, let's talk offline. I think we need to get you some representation.
Yeah, I think we need to have story time at certain points of the show. Unc story time, Chico story time, and Duke story time. Y'all got to tell us some story time to get to know you guys. Most embarrassing story or something.
I got plenty of stories, man. I'm not trying to open up no traumas. Golly. Man.
And let me just say this.
My bad. Go ahead.
In y'all own time, please do your research on this New Orleans Saints church abuse scandal. Do your own research on it. Read up on it. And that way we can have a more informed conversation. Because whether it's the algorithm or blatant ass cover up, it just ain't the top of the news feed like it should be. And I know the Super Bowl is taking place, and I know the Super Bowl is in New Orleans. And that probably has a lot to do with the timing of this. But when y'all read this story into the depths of the ownership of the Saints, the general managers of the Saints were involved in this. If the sound man was here, he would get that boosted with that. Come on, man.
Come on, dog.
It's bad.
Yeah. And and I just want to make it clear, like me saying I didn't want to talk about it wasn't because I don't believe that it's a sensitive situation. I just want to be politically correct. So I had the facts.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, like to Uncle Neely's point. So when I could go read the whole thing and then we could talk about it because
it has to be an informed discussion. If you haven't read up on it, don't go through the barbershop uninformed and just spread rumors. Like you need to read because these are all court documents. These are all email stuff. This ain't nothing. This ain't no he say, she say, making up stuff. Like this is documented.
Right.
Said Chico is the victim, and that's crazy.
No, Chico, no. Let me tell you this, Chico. And I say this is serious. I'm a father. I got kids. My kids are grown now. But let me tell you why I know you were a victim.
God damn.
No, I'm being for real here, man. I'm being for real. Like this ain't finna be no hidden joke.
This is intervention. Come on now, Uncle Neely.
This is real shit now. That man wouldn't have said that in front of no grown men.
Nah, you're right.
That's how I know he was talking to a dugout full of kids, and he would not have said the same thing if them kids' parents were standing there.
Exactly.
And
so
if
that means that is inappropriate right there. Amongst those lines right there is inappropriate.
Now, if you want to make that joke on the adult team, go ahead. But you're a grown ass man. You talk to some 9-year-olds, like, no, dog, you out of line.
Like I said, I still remember that junk to this day, man. That's crazy.
And that's even more proof how jarring it was. That like you remember it.
Right. It's so many things that we don't remember in our past, but you remember something like that. That's because
even as a kid, you knew it wasn't right. You were like, hold up.
Yeah. Like, why are you talking about a Becker and a Peter, dog? I don't want to know this. I don't want to know that about it. And now I'm envisioning you. You know what I'm saying? Why am I doing this? In the pause, like, come on now.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. Like, come on, man. So yeah, y'all right. Same way when Unc say something like I'm doing the show in my drawers. I'm like, dang, I gotta envision that.
Well, I got on pants today. I can actually stand up.
You don't got to.
I got on pants today.
No, man, look, we gotta take control.
Unc so crazy. Unc said, "I got on pants today."
Today, emphasis on this. This time. But there have been times that we have been live that I can't stand up on the show.
Come on, see, there's the vision right there, Dukes.
Hey man,
what'd you say earlier? You said something earlier, man. That was so funny, man. God damn. I got to about it again, but you wild for that one though, man. That's my Uncle Neely, dog. That's my Uncle Neely. Everything that Uncle Neely says is it's not the. It doesn't reflect the thoughts of everybody on this show.
No, absolutely not. Sometimes it don't reflect my thoughts. I be speaking for the people.
Man, for sure. Man. Damn. Hey, it's the hell.
I need to days off and lay back.
Chico, hey man.
Hey, man. Oh wow.
Chico. Hey, Chico.
Oh, but dude, let me tell you how crazy Chico is. Let me tell you how crazy Chico is. Chico will sit there. He can mute mics. He can change the screen. He can do all these things. Does he do any of that? No. But when he'll say, "Hey, chat, let me know if y'all think I was a victim. Get in the chat and type."
Yeah.
Was a victim. It's like, no. Don't double down on it. Let it go. Like, let's move on.
I'm just trying to see what the chat think.
You got Deuce right here, man.
I'm just trying to see what the chat thinks.
Hey, chat, let me know what y'all think. Was I a victim?
Come on, chat. Come on.
Hey, listen. Hey, man, look, Chico kept digging the hole, like, pause deeper and deeper. He was like, yeah. He was like, yeah, I had to envision it. They were like, yeah, no, I don't mean envision it like that. I mean envision it like I envisioned Uncle Neely. I'm like,
no, I ain't saying like that.
And Deuce is like, no, you don't have to. You don't have to do that.
Take control, Chico.
Oh my gosh, take control.
You don't have
to take control.
Oh.
Like sometimes you have to change your mindset. Sometimes, you know, when you might be doing some other stuff, you have to change your mind sometimes, you know, to stop you from doing something else. And you just be like football. You know, to switch it up a little bit. Y'all might not know where I'm going right there, but if it did go over your head, chat. Let me know if y'all know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you're trying to do. You trying to prevent blast off by taking something else.
Football.
I don't fight it. I let it go. And if she mad, it shouldn't be so good. It ain't my fault. That's your fault.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are officially after dark right now.
And it's just 58 minutes in.
This need to be we need to put this on subscribers. People get like, you know.
Yeah, this is gonna be on Patreon. A membership
on, like, membership. And then everybody they know what they're getting into.
If y'all would, now I'm gonna ask the chat this. If y'all would support that, let me know right now. If y'all want an adult version, after dark version, a members only show where you subscribe and be a member, whether it's on Patreon or just YouTube, one of our channels, and it's only for our members. Let us know if y'all about that. If you about that life, might need to call the show about that life or something like that.
Phyllis Porter coming and T Voltage. I know they're gonna pull up.
T Voltage gonna be up in that thing. Who is this? Valerie Cleveland. Oh, not Valerie Cleveland. Said, "Lord have mercy." Not just Lord and Lord have mercy.
They be bowed it. They bowed it.
Yeah.
Double Blessed Twins, she coming.
Double Blessed Twins already.
Got to have Rev in the building. Can't do it without Rev.
Dukes, I need one of those pretty, 30 seconds to a minute or however long of those late night Atlanta stories, dog. Tell me, I want some of those club stories. You know what I mean? I want to ride through Atlanta one time. I'll tell you this real quick while you're thinking of your story, man. I was in Atlanta once, Uncle Neely. Went there with a friend of mine who was friends with Lil Fate. You know, Lil Fate is the hype man for Ludacris. Ludacris' right-hand man. But he went to Alabama State also, so he got Montgomery, Alabama ties. So, man, hey, man, you want to come do a video for Lil Fate? Yeah, I'll come do a video with Lil Fate. You know, I mess with him. all right, we just gonna go to the one spot he want to do on the south side. He want to film right there. Then we're gonna go to the club. Shouldn't take that long. All right, bet. Boom. Man, I was in a Sprinter van with Lil Fate and my homeboy all day riding through Atlanta, dog. I ain't never been more ready to go and leave.
Dude's ready to go now. You didn't even finish the story. Hold on, dude. Don't go nowhere. Hold on.
Oh man, did I have the pause moments already? God damn.
Chico can't help himself.
What I said, man. What I said, dog.
He go get it.
Hey, Chico better get trafficked.
Once again, Chico was a victim and don't even know it. He tried to tell these stories from a good place. He kidnapped me. Listen, like, no, I don't think that was a good story.
That's why I be quiet, dog. I got stories for days, but y'all want to twist them and turn them, dog.
I wonder, was it a Sprinter or one of the kidnap vans with the big sliding door and no windows?
Honestly, it was closer to that than a Sprinter. I just said Sprinter so y'all can understand. It was really like a van, an old school promotion van with the pictures and faces on the side. Yeah, it was really one of those trap vans, dog.
I think they call them bang bus.
Bang bus. Oh damn. Oh,
hey, double blessed twin mommy said I cringe every time Chico tells the story.
Like who knows where he's going with it? Who knows where he's going with it?
Like the other night, we talking about adolescent hijinks. We talking about good old fun, and you admitted to breaking a 200-year-old stained glass window out of church.
I did. Somebody got to know these things. See, I'm not like Shannon Sharp. Shannon Sharp said, see, when I go to the grave, Ocho, it's gonna be heavy. They're gonna need a crane for my grave, Ocho, for my casket. They're gonna need a crane, Ocho, because I'm taking it to the grave with me. I'm not telling. I can't tell all these stories, Ocho. I can't reveal Michelle and Andrea and all these people. Oh no. My grandmother told me, he said, hey son, he said, your casket better be as heavy as a horse and an elephant walking through the mall. I said, what, grandma? Horses and elephants walking through the mall? She said, boy, the only way you can keep a secret between two people is if one of them dead. I dropped the mic, Ocho. I dropped the mic, Ocho.
Well, now you kill people.
So the point is, I'm not gonna take it to my grave like Shannon. I'm gonna tell my stories, dog.
Hey man,
because it happened. I'm gonna tell mine, Ocho.
Yeah, I ain't mad at it, man. At every story, they can go one way. The problem is when they on the way there, it's just so the twist of the turn seems like they going that other way every time. That I'm not laughing at the plight, the grooming, the trafficking, none of it, because none of it is a laughing matter. It's just funny. Like damn, Chico, like you can't catch a break out here. God,
you finish my story now. Yeah, you're right, but I ain't even finished the story now. We rolled through Atlanta, dog.
That's well said, dude. I want to make that clear as well. I'm not laughing at his victimization. I'm laughing at him telling these stories of his victimization from a standpoint of not knowing he was victimized.
And Chico, man, like for real, like brother to brother, man. If you ever want to talk, man, call me, dog. Like it ain't no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Hey, I would tell you, Chico. I would tell you like the brother told us the other night. Me and Deuce got off subject about 10, 15 minutes. Somebody in the chat said, man, y'all could have FaceTimed each other.
No, that was me and you. That was me and you. That was me and you. And then y'all should have just FaceTime each other, dog.
So, hey, if you ever want to talk, man, just FaceTime with them. You ain't got to do it on the live show.
Oh, man. Just like Goonsville said, I'm just keeping it real, dog.
But Deuce, let me apologize in advance for this.
Oh, my gosh.
I have got to know how he got out this van. Like, I can't go to bed not knowing. So he got to finish the story.
Come on with it.
Long story short, we just
rode
around.
No, we got
no, don't shut me down.
No.
Nah, man. We just rode around. I was supposed to be doing the video. We went by maybe one or two spots on the south side of Atlanta, You know, other than that, we were making. There is a College Park sign, right? Like when you first enter College Park, I think.
On one side, yeah.
On the south side of town, there was a big bridge right there. We went to a old school. Is it Manica? Is it no? Is that the right school?
Manica. That's where I went to school. Yeah.
Is that on the south side?
Yeah, I'm from College Park.
Okay, well that is. Yeah, we was right there. We was there.
Yeah, you know, where y'all was at.
We you know, I'm from Alabama. You say we going somewhere.
Okay.
It's 10 minutes away. We go somewhere in Atlanta. Everything was 30, 40 plus minutes away, dog. All we doing is riding on highways in this damn trap van. I'm ready to go home. You know? So as Oak say, I might have been for a while. But we did get the video done.
Do you recall feeling groggy? Do you recall like falling asleep and you know?
I was just trying to say that.
Maybe your shirt was on inside out.
I was trying to say that I went to do a 3-hour video with Lil Fate.
What kind of video?
It was just a music video. He was about to drop some solo stuff.
And what you shot the video?
Yeah, I was doing music videos back then. I told y'all that. I was doing music videos.
Look, that's the problem. You got to say I was going to shoot the video.
I said that at first. I said
you were going to do a video with Lil Fate in a van.
Oh, okay. That's not bad. You're right. I just took it out of context. It wasn't in context. I should have said I was doing music videos
at the time.
Rap videos at the time. And then Lil Fate, who's a rapper, who's little Ludacris's hype man.
Because he did the same thing with the baseball story. Here's how he told the baseball story. He said, you know, because we were talking about coaching and coaching advice. He said, it's just like my baseball coach. He said to me, this is a Peter and that's a Pecker. Whoa, like what? Like whoa, dog. Like whoa. I got to hear more of this story. Like you can't start right there.
Chico, I got you, dog. So basically, you went to go shoot a video for Lil Fate.
Oh my God!
And y'all just was riding around town looking for the location to shoot the video outside, and then y'all get outside and shoot the video.
Yeah,
we just riding.
That's what he tried to say.
So many different locations to do this one video, and
Reese said you need some annoying.
I need some annoying. You're right. I do. But I think that was the night that Lil Fate took us to. It goes back to because I was going to ask you about the Atlanta Nights, and that was the night that Lil Fate took us to. I think we went to the Club Follies, and some of those other clubs where we had one of those Uncle Neely moments, as he called it, where you look at some of the workers in those clubs. And you're like, what are you doing up in here? Don't you know you don't need to be up in here?
Hold on, dog. How you wrote me in on this? I speak for myself. How you wrote me in? Talking about you had an Uncle Neely moment.
Because in the past show, you said that, we were talking about that, then you kind of said that. But anyways,
shout out to Doubly Blessed Twin Mama. I don't know if you do this, Dukes, but I know you do because I've seen you do it on this show tonight. Something so crazy can happen. You be like on the TV shows, you look at your camera crew to see if they like, do y'all hear this?
Do y'all hear this shit?
Like, please tell me y'all got this.
I do it in real life. It ain't got we don't got to be recorded. I be like, hey, look, hey, real talk. You remember we were sitting in Cole Prime office. Cole Prime got to get on Shiloh, and I turned around. I wouldn't look at nobody. I was like, okay, I'm supposed to be here. Hey, you sure I'm supposed to be here? No, no, no.
Got time
I used to be that way, Dukes, and then Shiloh would start roping me in on it, like, help me out. I'd be like, dog, I can't help you. You on your own.
Yeah,
you on your own.
Oh man.
I don't know how this turned into the Chico intervention. Is the Chico?
I don't know. They got on me, man. They got on me real quick. Like, just pause. They got on me on just on my stories, man. Shannon Sharp is going to catch Chico in Colorado one day, and we'll hear it on the.
Ran 6'7", boy. Ran 6'7". Let me tell you something. This is for real. This is the honest God truth. I have been waiting on the moment for both of them to be at the game at the same time because I'm going to go over to. I'm gonna pull them together. I'm gonna say, Chico, do what you be doing on the show, man. No, talk to Shannon like you be talking about Shannon. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Here's the crazy thing. When the first place I met when I met Shannon Sharp, it was right there on the sideline. This was before we officially met Unc, I think. But it was right there on the sideline at the Colorado game. And I went up to him. I spoke to him and Stephen A. You know?
Yeah, but did you speak to him with his voice?
But no, I did not do that. I did not do it. See, you can't do that. Hell no, Ocho. Am I gonna run up on shit?
The chat done started a new hashtag. We care for Chico.
We care for Chico hashtag. That's crazy.
For 69 cents a day for the cost of a cup of coffee, we can get Chico for therapy.
You know, Unc got them bad hips. Got them replaced. Them hips replaced.
Ooh.
Well, he said 300,000 for both those hips, Ocho. And I can't even run, Ocho. But Unc still get it in, Ocho. Unc still get it in, Ocho, with those red pills, Ocho.
Man,
I'm glad Duke's feeling better, man. Because we wouldn't have had this moment had he not been feeling well.
Hey man,
Lord have mercy.
Oh, hey man,
here for Chico moment.
Woo, man. Boy. Hey, man, I thought no lie, man. I thought I had like the pause moment of the night when I was talking about my experience in Vegas with the gang with the gang members.
You said you got big bang.
Yeah. I thought, hey, I was like, moment of the night. Chico was like, nah, bro, hold my beer. I got you.
Yeah.
Get out the way. I got you. Like, damn. And then the crazy part is, the funny part is when it might be a look like you be like, man, damn, you got to take it serious because that really was messed up. And then you just start laughing because you don't know what else. You in too late. In too late. See,
the way you broke it down though did sound bad. I went to Atlanta to do a video with Lil Fake. They picked me up in a van with no windows.
We rolled around,
and I was
around. I'm getting. I'm riding around. I'm getting.
Yeah. Donnie C, you just put up another one of my favorite my daddy quotes. My daddy told me, he said, "Son, when you're in a hole, quit digging."
All right.
Man, what you say that? Oh, yeah.
You can't dig your way out of holes. They said, Chico, put the shovel down, man. Like you digging deeper and deeper.
With Chico's stories and his drawers, what's left to do on the exactly. We're gonna go all the way.
You might be right about that. Hey, we done told it all. Yeah.
Unc said we're gonna have a what you call the camera, Unc, a foot cam.
Oh yeah, I'll be down there crip walking when the theme song come on. Y'all just don't see this foot action.
It's too good this year. Shout out to Dennis. Dennis said, I want to talk some sports.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dennis. I know that's
Celtics.
right. Dennis.
Then you gonna come with the Celtics, man. When my stomach just boiled over when you said Celtics. Every time I see Celtics, I hear Celtics. I just kind of get like that right there a little bit.
Please, baby. You a Lakers fan. You ain't supposed to like them.
Hell no.
Man, who y'all got winning it all this year?
Oh, that damn Jokic too good, but he gonna be shut down, I think, in the playoffs by those Mavs. So the Mavs will get to the conference finals against the OKC Thunder if they can get through. Who is that? If they can get through, I think let me pull it up. I thought I had it right here. But if they can get through the Clippers, I think the Clippers could be playoffs.
Timu Mike.
No, that's me. I turned it down. I'm turning it down as I do this. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, turn it down though. You turned it up.
Turn it up too far. It might be your headphones. Timu headphones. Let me see. The Timberwolves are 7, Kings are 8, Suns are 9. Yeah, they're gonna have a road to get there. I think the Rockets are the surprise team this year, being that they're so young. They're 32 and 18, third seed in the West. The Grizzlies are number 2. So Thunder, Grizzlies, the Rockets, along with the Nuggets, are the top teams in the West.
How has Embiid's health been with the Sixers?
He just came back the other night. Been hit or miss. I don't think Embiid played in 15 games.
I think he has missed like 400 games in his career and played in like 450 games in his career. So he's right at about 50.
Because they had Paul George ain't been playing, and Embiid ain't been playing, but the young boys been hooping. Max has been hooping, and the little dude from Duke, Kane, I think his last name, he was hooping, but he got hurt. But it looked like they look like one of them teams that if they all come back healthy at the end of the year, they'll do damage in the East.
Yeah, that's why I asked just to see what their rhythm was like. Because when they click it, it's hard to. It's just hard to. The same dynamic with the Joker in Denver. A healthy Embiid, man, it's just hard to beat them. What the Knicks looking like?
They hooping. Cat been going crazy. This Cat basically his best season. Cat Brunson. They basically pinning you on that pick and roll, bro. It's pretty nasty.
Yeah, and another trade that just came through. Excuse me. Let me see here. Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans, New Orleans Pelicans. Right before the trade deadline, of course, Raptors get Brandon Ingram from the Pelicans. Of course, you know Brandon Ingram drafted by the Lakers and then traded for Anthony Davis. He's 27 years old now. Hasn't played since December 7th when he sprained his ankle against the Oklahoma City Thunder. But, of course, he's been like a 18 point per game scorer throughout his career, averaging 22 points this past season. Pelicans' second leading scorer. In 9 seasons, he's averaging 19.5 points while shooting 36%. So I think he's going to be a great addition to the Raptors when he can play. Still a young talent that I think just hasn't reached his full potential. I think he was like a 24, 25 point per game player when he first came out. What do you think about Brandon Ingram? Remember him from the Lakers, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. I would like to see him. You know, it's just tough to get. It's tough to get love league wide from Toronto.
I
like
agree.
you really got to be balling for somebody in Louisiana to be walking around with somebody from Toronto jersey on. You know, it's just a tough market, man. You know, it's almost like back in the day when Ron Harper was with Golden State before he came to the Bulls, or when Mark Aguirre was with the Dallas Mavericks before he went to Detroit. Like people just wasn't up on their numbers because their games wasn't showed a lot. And so, like, if you don't have like the NBA package, you just follow basketball, you just don't know how good they be balling up there. They get lost.
No, you're right. Okay, so it used to be like that when they first started.
Yeah.
What was my man? They had a guard, Kevin Martin. Kevin Martin was good for a dub every game. He used to get off, but you just didn't know. Who else used to be like that?
T-Mac. That's why he had to leave. Vince Carter. They traded him away. You know.
Yeah. I don't know. Like the only difference with Vince, he had the notoriety from college back when you stayed 2-3 years. So we watched Vince a little bit just because he was so crazy. But you're right though. They didn't become must see TV. Well, no, I don't know, man. Vince made
what I'm saying is he still opted to and wanted to go to greener, better pastures that has more exposure, and he ended up going to the New Jersey Nets, and going to the finals, right? So I think he wanted to get out of Toronto, and then Tracy McGrady ended up following, leaving also.
I got one for you, man. Do y'all remember how hard Robert Pack used to be?
Shout out to Robert Pack, former Denver Nugget. He used to dunk on him with that high top fade.
Was a bucket. Oh, okay. I'm gonna give you the guy in Toronto who got slept on for real.
Top 5 slept on basketball players of all time. Let's go. Give me some.
From Toronto, I'll say Mighty Mouse. He used to
Stoudemire.
Mighty Mouse.
Former co-rookie of the year.
Nobody cared about Toronto. Vince Carter actually helped raise Toronto's profile because that's how big a star he was coming out at UNC. But
yeah.
Oh, Reef got one. Okay, my top 5 slept on. I'll say like 5, Jamal Crawford. People know about the Flash, but Jamal Crawford really was a bucket. And if he ever played 40 minutes, he was 25 points. I'm going to take one from Reef. Brandon Roy was a real live bucket. All right, I'm going to go 3. Rod Strickland, the Wizard. People don't remember him back. Now, it's funny that they end up calling him the Wizards. But back in the day, that was his nickname when he was with the Bullets. Rod Strickland was one of them point guards that, you just didn't realize how nice he was until it was too late. I'm going to give you another one. Two-way two guard that just got overshadowed by somebody coming that was just generational. But Eddie Jones used to hoop, bro.
Eddie Jones, okay.
Man, people forget about Eddie Jones and how much of a hooper he was. And I would say, man, I'm going to take y'all back. Not even back. I used to call him West Coast T-Mac. Rashard Lewis when he was with the Supersonics. I don't know if y'all remember Rashard Lewis was that 6'10" power forward guard that was going to give you 20 and 8 a game, but he just played way on that side of town, and he was always overshadowed by somebody who was a bigger player than him. But, yeah, so that's my 5.
Out of Seattle, and then he came to Orlando.
Mm-hmm.
And he played in Miami, too, when they won the championship, I think. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Rashard Lewis. Give me some old schoolers, man. Some ballers.
They ain't got all of those schools just people slept on. I think people slept on Cesc Ceballos with Phoenix Suns. He had all-around game. I think people slept on, even though the team won a championship or two, people slept on what Tayshaun Prince meant to that Detroit team. They were looking at they were looking at Ben Wallace. They were looking at Rasheed. But you take Tayshaun Prince out that lineup, they don't win. Let me dance around the league, look at some different spots. Rod Strickland was one of mine as well. Just straight up underappreciated with what he brought to the league and what he did. I'm gonna tell you another one who's more popular now for podcasting in his opinion. What he does on the show now, and I just lost his name. Y'all know I'm always getting in people's face.
Gilbert
No, yeah, Gilbert gun stuff made him get forgotten about, but Gilbert was on the cover on the video game. Agent Zero was that dude. He didn't have the longevity because of the locker room stuff. Man, the guy, he was leading scorer out of high school basketball in Chicago and just sacrificed his game for the teams he's been on. Man, y'all know him through the podcast. Patrick Beverly. People sleep on what a skill set he had, not only from ball handling, but just his ability to score from anywhere. Because he got to look. Let me tell you this, man. If you're the number one player in basketball, high school in Chicago. You can play.
Right.
But when you look at how his game had to be sacrificed for the teams he was on as a pro person, you just don't see it. And then another one I say, and I mentioned him earlier for my 5th one, even though he got with the Bulls and got a championship, what Ron Harper was doing in Golden State, man, people just didn't see. Ooh, Dennis just dropped one. Adrian Dantley. Because that was the trade for the Dallas Mavericks. Y'all remember I mentioned Mark Aguirre earlier. Mark Aguirre went to Detroit. AD left Detroit, went to Dallas. Straight hoopers, man. Could have had shoes. Could have had shoe deals. But they were in smaller markets and nobody paid attention.
Nice picks. I'm going to go with something that a guy who I just thought about, who changed the game, I think, along with a guy like Rashard Lewis, who opened up like the stretch four guy, shooting threes, can guard multiple positions, and that's going to be the Matrix, Sean Marion, 4-time All-Star. He was a different type of baller, I think. 6'7", can play center, power forward, small forward. I like Sean Marion, the Matrix.
UNLV.
Okay, already. I'm going to go with a guy who's probably probably shouldn't even be on this list, but one of my favorite players of all time. Let me know if he has too much of a profile. And I'm going with Dennis Rodman.
No, he got too much profile. Too
much of a profile? Okay. All right. Yeah. Well.
And we can see your Google list in your glasses, by the way. We know you done Google the list.
Google list? I got a whole bunch of Google stuff up here. Yeah. I got a whole bunch of Google stuff.
That's why he always want other people to go first, because he's going to go to AI and type in, give me a list of on basketball players.
I just want some guys so I don't forget, because I was trying to think of some guy. I'm like, I don't want to forget him.
Well, Reef got a good one. Reef said AK-47. Kirilenko was crazy. Utah Jazz. Good call.
Yeah, he was. Until he got hurt. I'm going to say, because I just saw a Laker highlight on my TV right here. So I'm going to go Byron Scott, who used to run that lane for the Showtime Lakers. Give me Byron Scott. Give me who else can I say? Give me. I'm going to go nothing but Lakers now. Give me Rick Fox. Shout out to Rick Fox. Pretty Ricky, what they call him, huh?
Riff. I ain't never see.
What? You never see what?
I ain't never see like in this game like.
Why is he on the court?
I mean, no. Clearly,
y'all mad at Ronnie for being in the league, but want to celebrate Rick Fox.
Shout out to my dog, Pretty Ricky, with the good hair. Play some defense and shoot a corner three on y'all. A pretty corner three too. Like he barely wanted to touch the ball. Get it out of my hand.
Let me ask y'all this.
Somebody Tyler Perry.
Somebody tell me say Master P next. Andrew Toney. All right, let me give you a couple. Let me give you a couple of real ones then. What y'all know about this? The big dog. And what's the name? And what's it? Andrew Carr? No, Carr. Antoine Carr, former Jazz. The backup to the Karl Malone. Antoine Carr. You remember him? Wore the goggles?
Yeah, we remember him.
No, man, why you just ain't go with Glenn Robinson? We was like,
that's what I said. When you said big dog, I said Glenn Robinson, Milwaukee Bucks.
He had to profile.
He averaged a dub.
Yeah, but he wasn't like everybody knew about Glenn Robinson.
Man, you picked Dennis Rodman. Everybody knew about his rebounding.
That's too much of a profile, y'all said. So I stepped back some.
Yeah, Glenn Robinson ain't like
was a dog out of Purdue.
Yeah, he was a dog. #1 overall pick, but he never really got it. But we talking about like it's a #1 overall picks that ain't just like the Hawks had the #1 overall pick, and I know you don't know who his name. On top of your head, you know.
Somebody, the kid from overseas, Rachel Shore.
Yeah, okay, boom. Still Zachary Reese, I say. Yeah, like
yeah, whatever you call it.
Speaking on Hawks, that slept on Abdul Sharif.
Man, Wheeler High School, Marietta, man. Shout out to him and his family. You see him? Man, look, he was a guy, and messed up though. Y'all know how the Hawks got him?
I don't.
They traded Pau Gasol, the rights to Pau Gasol, for Sharif Abdul-Rahim.
Mm-hmm. They thought he was gonna be the one.
Man, traded the rights to Pau Gasol, bro. Man, hold up. Let me just show y'all some of my Hawks misery. Do y'all, first of all,
you know about Tree Rollins?
Man, look, I played for his brother.
Tree Rollins bit Danny Ainge's fingers.
Tree Rollins, they from Cordell, Georgia.
Okay. Big Tree.
Man, look, I got one for you. Did y'all know, first of all, how bad was the trade of Dominique Wilkins for Danny Manning that year?
Terrible.
Like, terrible.
Trash. But let me hold up. I just thought about my fifth one before y'all go ahead. Give me Vernon Maxwell.
I'll take Mad Max.
Mad
Max was a hooper and a role player. And I don't think the Rockets win that championship without him. So boom. That's great, Chico. I love that one. Man, look, I'll give y'all another one. Did y'all know who had the draft rights to Bill Russell and traded him?
Not the Lakers.
The Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta Hawks had
you talking about trauma that I've been through
in history. Traded the rights to Bill Russell, dog. Yeah, man. Don't get me started, bro. Now you want to talk about a group therapy session? Talk about being an Atlanta sports fan, bro.
Right.
Like, yeah, man. So Chico, whenever you find your counselor, send them to me next, bro.
Yes. Most definitely. Unc, you got any trauma you need to be releasing on the show, talking about on the show?
No, I do a good job of taking care of my own trauma. Like I'm good. I'm good. But I tell you what, this show and this chat will be the first to know if I got something that I want to address and just put out there. You know, as I reflect on life, maybe some memory of some coach saying something inappropriate to me in the dugout will come flashing back.
And
I was share it.
That was easy peasy, as one of my little players said one time. That was easy peasy. That was light work right there. That was light work right there. I got coaches that hey, I'm getting the shovel again. Am I getting the shovel again? Am I going back to get the shovel? My bad.
Now, Chico, we here now. Chico, what the coaches say?
That could have been worse than that.
Man, I can off the top of my head. I remember meeting my first high school coach coming in as a 8th grader, working out with the high school team. And we had just got this new coach who came over from an HBCU. I'm not going to name the school because he might give it away, but he came down to my hometown to coach. Short guy, about 5'6", you know what I mean? And I walked over there to him. Assistant coach introduced me, said, "Hey, this is Chico right here." He put his hand on my shoulder and said, "Oh, yeah, there's a strong-looking nigga right here, boy." I said, "Damn, this is the first thing you going to say to me when you meet me, dog?" I should have left right there. But that just lets you know how the rest of the 4 years went.
Hold on, let me ask you. Was it like
there's a strong-looking nigga right here?
Is it a white guy?
No, definitely not. No.
Okay,
Hell no, coach. Right. It was a black guy. But what I'm saying is that mentality, like that's the first thing you say to a young brother you meeting coming to play for you on your football team. You see what I'm saying? It should have been.
That ain't nowhere near as bad as that story when you was 9. When he said you was strong, Chico, I saw where you touched here.
No, you touched on my shoulder.
But you started here. Was it more a touch, a pat, or was it like
it wasn't anything. It wasn't anything. It wasn't anything, sexual, guys. It was just
it might not be sexual to you.
Oh man, here we go. It threw me off because he's calling me the N-word. Just meeting me, dog. Like, have some professionalism. At least say, "Hey, there's a strong-looking young fella right here."
I did the same thing when I first met you.
What you did? Put your arm on my shoulder?
No, I ain't put my hand on your shoulder. I ain't say you're strong, but I did say this ninja here.
This nigga right here.
Look at this ninja right here. Boy, I tell you.
Oh, man. Hey, we leave it on that note. We appreciate y'all, man, for joining in. I'm scared to listen to this story. Bro got me laughing about the way the fam up.
Yeah, man. And the man said, "Hey, Chico was white." He was like, he said, "It was my first time." He was about 5'6", and he walks over. And he looks at me, and then he said,
"Reach said Chico a freak, but he traumatized."
Oh man, I heard it all.
Hey man,
heard it all before.
Man.
Tell me this, tell me that.
Hey man, shout out Chico, you a good sport too, dog, for real.
Hey man, it's all good, man. I appreciate you guys for tuning in. If y'all got jokes that's funny, I will laugh at them. Let me know. But until then, what I mean, we're gonna continue this conversation on the morning run or the run after dark, however y'all want to call it. Uncle Neely, Dukes the Scoop, Big Dog Chico, and my stories. We're gonna be up and about this thing. Y'all want to leave them with something before we go?
No, we left with enough. Shout out to the chat. Appreciate the chat. Make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, notification on all 3 channels.
Yeah, y'all are wow.
Check y'all out later this week. I'm gonna have to go. I don't know what I'm gonna do.
You gotta go detox.
I'm gonna go light a candle. Just say
Hey, Uncle Neely said you're gonna go light a candle and sit in the dark room.
I was gonna say I'm gonna go take a shower, but I'm scared to get naked. Your coach might be in there.
No, now we gotta visualize it. That's why. Don't say it. And Duke said, "No, you control it, Chico. You control it." Stay focused, man.
Yeah, you want to visualize it.
No, dog. Thank y'all for coming out. God bless you, and good night. On that note, right there.
Freak.